Welcome back into the Daft on Draft podcast. I am your host, Corey Kennan, alongside Dalton Miller, as always. As promised, this week we're talking about running backs, and I think we're regretting our decision to talk about running backs a little bit because the deeper we're getting into this class, the shallower we're finding that it is. But nonetheless, we will talk about five running backs today, five running backs tomorrow. We won't have a lot of fun doing it, but we're going to do it anyway because that's what we do. Dalton, how are you doing tonight? I ran 4 miles. I just got back from running 4 miles. I'm
Oh,
gonna eat a protein
that's
pint tonight. I think I'm gonna live the life. So
that sounds disgusting. To
have you
run
had
four
it?
miles. No,
Oh, I
no,
thought you
to
were
run
talking.
4 miles.
Yeah.
I don't know what a protein pint is.
Dude. So it's a protein ice cream. I find it at Kroger. It's pretty expensive, so I try to like
Yeah, it's like a Nix or something,
kind of like that. Yeah,
kind of like a
but
Nix, because Nix is expensive and it's like on the healthier side. But no, I'm having non-healthy ice cream after this, and I just picked crabs for about 2 hours. Got 55 grams of protein out of 2 hours, and I probably burned as many calories picking the crabs as I did ingesting them. So I made room for that ice cream. But it is the best ice cream in the United States, literally voted the best ice cream in the United States. It is from the Island Creamery in Chincoteague, Virginia. We go there every single year. I've been eating that ice cream since I was a kid, since I was a child, since I was a small boy. It is the best in the world. I swear to you. And I'm going to try a new flavor tonight for the first time, which rarely ever happens because I've had all of them there.
all right. What flavor is it? Well, now you got to tell us.
It is Rocket Rowdy, and it is a chocolate base with Oreos. I don't know if it
Ooh,
has anything else, but their chocolate ice cream is incredible. Their moose tracks is outrageous. If anybody wants to go through my TikToks, I actually reviewed them all last June when I was there. And I did a 10 scoop Sunday challenge as well uh, that I did in 10 minutes.
Jesus,
It felt really good, and then it didn't
felt really bad.
once all the sugar actually hit. It was quite poor. So we talked about ice cream for longer than we will talk about these running backs because Mama said, "If you ain't got nothing nice to say," and then for the people listening to this and not watching it, I zipped my mouth shut there.
Yeah. So, do you want to start with the good ones or start with the
Let's
the
just
the
start
not
with
so good
the
ones?
order of kind of where they were in the on the list, which would be
Okay,
Demon, and then Washington, Taylor, Haynes, and then Miller. So
sounds great.
Desmond Claiborne or Demon Claiborne from Wake Forest, um, Bryson Washington, Darius Taylor from Minnesota, Justice Haynes from Michigan, and Jamarian or Jam Miller from Alabama.
Yeah, let's kick it off with the probably the most enjoyable one of the classes. Well, the first two are okay. First two are fine, but you go first. You start off here with Damon Claiborne.
Yeah, outstanding acceleration. The ability to capture the corner is there with him in spades. He is,
Mhm,
for me, he's the quintessential college running back where like we just watch and it's so much fun to
mhm,
watch him as a college running back. He's really got that get skinny ability, which
mhm,
makes sense because he's like 5'10", 190 pounds. But that ability to get in between the tackles and find those little tiny gaps and slice through them to really maximize what he's able to see up front. He's outrageously elusive as a one cut back. He's
mhm.
outstandingly deceptive. Great acceleration in and out of breaks. He is rarely ever actually contacted by the first man that's in his face. However, that's where the good stuff ends because he's too small to be a feature back in the NFL. He gets absolutely, positively annihilated in pass protection, even though he
Mhm.
tries.
He does
He,
try, man. He tries so
yeah,
hard. The effort's
he
there.
doesn't have a ton of work out of the backfield as a wide receiver. So three down back work isn't there, especially if you can't pass protect at the NFL level.
Mhm.
And I think at the end of the day, even though he can capture the corner, he is a bit tight hipped and a bit tight ankled
Hmm.
when he actually gets up to speed. So he struggles to turn the corner, which means even though he wins it, he ends up just scooting out of bounds.
Yeah, I watched on two separate games, the NC State game, he did it, and
Yep.
the Clemson game, he did it, where
Yep.
he turns the corner, he gets the edge, tries to turn the corner, and then just goes out of bounds because
Mhm.
like he can't do it. His momentum carries him out of bounds. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No leg drive because he's 190 pounds. And it would be different if I thought he was going to run a 4.30, but I don't.
4.43,
Yeah,
somewhere in that
maybe.
range.
I don't know. He
Yeah.
had a couple opportunities to really blast away, and I didn't see it. Maybe he was just gassed on those runs,
Hmm.
but the opportunities that he actually had to bust 70 yarders ended up just being 26 yarders.
Yeah, I'm right there. I think we're gonna see eye to eye on this episode. We haven't been doing that quite often, but
No,
I mean, we talked off air a little bit as well about how important like body typing is, especially for running backs you want to pick early, right? Like Bijan, quad monster, Saquon, quad monster, Janty, quad monster. Like all of these guys have very healthy lower halves, and that's just not like body typing matters. It matters. None of these running backs that we're going to talk about today, man, do I feel good about their body type like at
no,
all?
they're all like Lamar Miller types
Yeah.
where they're just kind of lanky.
And like if you are going to be a little bit on the lankier side, you got to run like a 4.4. You got to run like a 4.38, and you have to be overly elusive. Jameer Gibbs, Chris Johnson, if you want to go all the way back to the mid 2000s, like you have to be able to just burn everybody. Then you
Hmm.
have to have burners, and I don't see that with any of the guys that we've talked about or that we've watched or are going to talk about today. It's just
I think one of them
we're
has it.
not
I think one of them has it, but we'll
burners.
get to him. Yeah,
Interesting.
potential. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. We'll get to it.
Interesting. All right. I think that's it for Damon Claiborne. Let's move on
Yeah,
to Darius Taylor at Minnesota. Same thing here, man. Kind of spaghetti legged, like very spaghetti legged, in my opinion, in terms of his lower half. I think he runs a little high too, and I think he's 6 feet tall. Like he's listed at 6 feet, so he's not like one of those like natural low center of gravity guys as well. And I think that impacts his contact balance, which there isn't much there. I do like his short area quickness in a phone booth. I do like his
yes,
vision. I do like his
yes,
creativity at the second level.
yes.
There's so like this could be
And
a
we
back
didn't
who
talk about it, and we
committed
didn't
like
talk about this at all.
right.
But the notes are the same.
Darius Taylor's a back who can perform in a committee and do it well. He's not gonna be a bell cow. Like again, he doesn't contribute a lot in the pass game. He doesn't contribute a lot as a pass protector. The contact balance isn't there, so he doesn't have like the workhorse profile. But
He did snap off. He snapped off a hard hitch route and came back to the ball and had a contested catch against Penn State. Though I thought it was pretty impressive. But again, like it's not
but the
there
short area
all
quickness and creativity is
very often.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
there.
I wrote down, as well, like drilled and slotted rotors. Like the dude's got good breaks, especially behind the line of scrimmage. His ability to wind back wide zone and hit that cutback seamlessly, make a guy miss along the way is fantastic. The problem is, like you said, doesn't have fantastic contact balance. I wouldn't even say that it's average contact balance.
Hmm.
And then at the end of the day, he lacks true long speed. So if you have neither of those things, I'm sorry, but like I need you to be able to create explosive plays at the NFL level.
Yeah,
It is so hard to consistently sustain drives when you are 3 yards, 4 yards in a cloud of dust. You need to be able to create explosive plays. And although Demon has that ability, he doesn't have the consistency that you want. Whereas Taylor has the consistency that you want, but doesn't have the big play ability that you really strive for.
yep, yep, yep. Um, I like them, but I think these are definitely the top tier of the guys we'll talk about.
I don't. I don't, but
Yeah,
I'm
so
I am gambling hard. I
I
am
know who you're gonna
gambling
talk about. Okay, I know who we're
hard.
talking about there. So let's start with the next back then, who Honestly, out of the group that we're talking about is Dane Brugler's highest rated running back of the group. I
Mm-hmm.
think he's Dane Brugler's summer running back 3. That's Baylor's Bryson Washington. And for one, this really bugged me. He is so small in his pads. Like, he needs to get smaller pads and a tighter jersey because he looks like he's swimming in his uniform. So aesthetically, it really throws me off. And he's wearing number 30, and it just like it all throws me off aesthetically. But again, too, I don't think he has a very impressive body type. What do you hang your hat on with Bryson Miller? Like, what stands out to you as like something that like, yeah, this makes this player a day 2 pick? Because for me, it's hard to find it
I didn't see a day 2
comparatively.
pick. I didn't see anything. I think the one thing that I really saw from him was the willingness and ability to. There's guys who are just kind of innately able to force glancing blows that allows them to pick up an extra yard or two. And I thought that he was pretty good at that.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that he was willing to stick his nose into the fire of pass protection. Other than that,
Yeah.
that's about it. I mean, there was a hilariously bad drop against Texas Tech where it looked like he was actually fighting the football.
Mm-hmm.
He is tight-hipped, and unable to manipulate defender leverage to make them miss at the second level. And then on top of that, he has zero creativity at the second level. I also
No
don't think
creativity. Yeah,
I
it's
I I also don't think that he's overly explosive. Like he is what like Javonte Williams was at North Carolina, except way less explosive and way less powerful. Like it just reminds me of Williams' flaws are Washington's flaws, but Washington doesn't have the athletic ability or the body type that Javonte Williams has. So I don't know. I don't know. I love Dane. We know this, but I don't see it at all.
yeah.
And
I'm right there with
I
you.
watched 3 whole
I
games of his to make sure.
yeah, I watched 3 games too, and I was like, yeah, I'm right there. I don't see it with Bryson Washington. Moving on, we don't need to spend more time on that.
No.
I think this is the back that you're betting on, going from Alabama to Michigan here.
Mhm.
Justice Haynes,
Mhm.
I get betting on it. I could get there.
I
Down
have
to
to.
down consistency with him, man, is
I need
unbelievably
hope.
bad.
I need hope.
Like I sent you a screenshot one play where like he completely ran into traffic when there's a cut that he just doesn't see, and I'm like, what is going on here? And then literally like 10 minutes later, I send you a text message that says Justice Haynes has some creativity. So it's like, does he have good vision or does he not? What I think it is like I don't think he answers the riddles in murky waters in traffic.
He
But
just
once
wants.
you once he opens up for him a little bit, he sees green grass and he knows how to get there. And he knows how to find it. He knows how to like.
I think. Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think when it's muddy, he just says, "Okay, head down, let's go forward." And then if there is a little bit of green grass, and I think I texted you this, it would be like 2 yard gain, 1 yard gain, -4 yard gain, -3 yard gain, 1 yard gain,
Mhm.
1 yard gain, 1 yard gain, -3 yard gain, 45 yard gain. He breaks 4 tackles and makes 4 guys miss. Like it just like all of a sudden he brings out this Marshawn Lynch run, and it's like, oh god, this
Did it
dude's
twice in
got
the
some
Missouri game.
juice.
He
Yeah,
had 2 runs like that in the Missouri game.
he had
Yeah.
a couple in the LSU game too, or not the LSU game, the USF game.
Mm.
But he also touches the ball like 8 times a game, so it's so hard to get a feel for it.
So this begs the question: what's going on in practice? What's going in team meetings that he got out touched by Jam Miller, who we'll talk about next, who we thought was a vastly
Well,
inferior running
Jam's
back.
older too.
True, true, but
Alabama just runs
Bama doesn't
Bama
really
just runs
play
like
the.
12 guys. Yeah, I
That's
mean, they
fair.
kinda do.
They don't play the. Bama doesn't
They
play the seniority game very
they kept
often.
playing Tua or kept playing Hurts for a long
Hurts over
time over
Tua.
Tua,
Yeah,
and
that's
they just
fair.
have so many recruits. They have so
Yeah,
many backs all of the time that there's gonna be a little bit of a rotation anyways. But
yeah.
the fact of the matter is he probably didn't get as much time because he is kind of blind.
A little bit. And again,
The other guy's not blind, but we'll get to his flaws here in a second.
well,
But when you look at Haynes, man, he's physically gifted, and out of all of these guys, I'll at least bet on that. I'll bet on. I think he's the thickest out of all of these guys.
for sure.
He's the strongest naturally. He had one rep where he put his head down, which like crown of the helmet was down and it was kind of dangerous. But Buddy bounced right off of him. I
Was that the
also think
Missouri
that,
game?
yeah, I think so. Right up the middle, left
Yeah.
side.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um, I think he's laterally explosive. I think he's got downhill explosiveness. And then I think he also has enough long speed that I look for when it comes to breaking big plays and being explosive. Now, if he can be just somewhat consistent and work on the eyes just a little bit, we're working with something there. But at the end of the day, we've seen it with guys like Miles Sanders. Like, it doesn't matter how shifty you are. It doesn't matter how talented you are out of the backfield. If you can't consistently go where you need to go, you're not going to have a successful NFL career.
Yeah, the only thing I would push back on maybe a little bit here is I'm probably a little less bullish on his explosiveness than you. Like I didn't see a breakaway gear. But he can definitely get the edge, but like I thought more so those 2 runs against Missouri had less to do with like breakaway speed than it did
Oh, I thought he
hunting
had it.
green, like being
I
creative
think
and
he'll
shifty
run.
and making guys miss.
I think he'll run a sub 4.5.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
I think
fast.
I mean that's fair, but like I'm talking like game breaking, like
Yeah, but like
can bust a game wide open kind of
one
speed.
guy has that a year.
I don't know about that. Well, you might be right. You might be right there. Outside of 2023, that was kind of like with Gibbs and Bijan both could really
Hmm.
go. I'm trying to think.
But again,
I mean,
yeah,
maybe
there's two.
Saquon Geist, but those we're talking about 2 quad monsters there too, and Geist didn't pan out for obvious reasons. But
Yeah,
Saquon and Geist, maybe like that's. You're right, 1 or 2 guys. That's fair.
yeah.
That's a fair assessment. All right, let's talk about it. Jam Miller. Okay, we're gonna be we're gonna have an honest assessment. We also understand that Jam Miller just had like a shoulder injury and he's gonna miss some time. But you said he had some vision. Some might be appropriate because there were times when I just felt like he said, "F it, I'm just gonna put my head down
That's
and I'm gonna
exactly what he does.
run into the back of my guys and I'm just gonna try to get 2 or 3 yards." I probably counted 4, maybe 5 times where like if he were a little more patient, a backside cut opened up, but like he doesn't look backside. He doesn't have the creativity to find a backside cut to wait for those backside lanes to open up because like for the most part, the right side of Bama's offensive line was really bad. Like Jaden Roberts, Elijah Pritchett, like weren't great. But he never looked to cut off the back hip of Tyler Booker. He never looked to cut off the back hip of Caden Proctor and outside zone looks. There's just so many times where it's like, well, I'm just gonna burrow my way in here and try to get a couple yards. And that frustrates me. That frustrated me. I thought he also tried to show some short area quickness, but dude, it took him like 4 steps to throttle down. Like he wants to do this like shimmy shake in the open field, but he doesn't move
He's
anybody
listed at like 5'9" or 5'10", but he plays like he's 6'4". He plays straight up, man.
straight up.
I think he's got some juice, so like I'll give him that. I think he's got some juice. I think when he was in very open space, like a very open space, he was able to make a guy miss. But I struggle with a 5'10", 220-pound back who goes down on first contact almost every single time he gets. Like, I mean, the wind is blowing this young man over,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's brutal.
you can't have that. Can't have that. I mean, there's nothing that you can do with that because you're not going to have even Alabama space at the NFL level. You're going to get contacted in the hole. and you
Playing
can't
the
do
SEC, brother.
you can't have somebody just reach a paw out and like grab your hip pad if he even wears one, which I'm sure he probably doesn't. Just grab the jersey there and be able to hold you up, especially when you're 220 pounds and half of the time you're just putting your head down and trying to run straight forward anyways.
Yeah.
So some tough tape from these backs, but I was most disappointed relative to my impression of the player when I first saw them
Mm-hmm.
than Jam Miller.
Yep. Right there with you. And again, doesn't offer anything in the passing game as a pass protector or as a receiver. It's just like, it's tough. It's tough. That's all we got for today's episode. We had to get a little creative for tomorrow's episode because we did have Quentin Joyner on our list, and Quentin Joyner just suffered a season-ending ACL injury. So we'll talk about him next summer, maybe, probably into season next year at that point because he
Yeah.
won't have any 2025 tape. So tomorrow we are going to talk about Texas A&M's Le'Veon Moss, Oklahoma's Jaden Ott, Miami's Mark Fletcher, Washington's Jonah Coleman, and Rutgers' CJ Campbell coming up on the
I think
docket.
tomorrow's going to be a better day.
I hope so.
I think tomorrow's going to be a better day.
I hope so. I hope so. All right, Dalton, that's all I got, man. I'm
Yeah.
going to go eat my protein ice cream.
Yeah, you guys know I love you. I'm going to go eat my regular ice cream, and then I'm going to go to bed.
Sounds great. I'm going to be up late tonight. I got some reception quarterback charting to do, so we're going to knock some stuff out tonight.
There you go.
But until next time, I'm Corey, that's Dalton, and this is another episode of the Daft on Draft podcast.